Yeah, indeed. ZBM, no bending. Call it that student fucking boss. Yeah, man, we want to have a conversation about the ZBM literature and whatnot. ZBM publishing. I want to know what's your favorite part about the literature? About the poetry, and stuff like that. What kind of things are your favorite? What makes it your favorite? Is it the topic? Is it the topic texture? Is it the duration maybe of the publications? It's 10. Usually we doing standard with 10. As well we had some 20s in there and some 50s and whatnot. So what is it? The duration that counts, or is it the actual texture, the topic, the diversity of the art? I don't know. I'm interested in all. I always knew that that literature was going to be very pivotal, and my writing career. As I progressed, I always knew it was going to be something powerful. I actually had instant one instance that was just more proof of it, just more proof of how impactful the art of literature really was, how impactful it really is, it still really is, and it really was. I was I was housed at Delaware County Correctional Facility, and in the course of that, it was like 2020. In the course of that little stint there, I was there and everything like that. But I was writing a bunch of poetry, and I was just like preparing for you know returning to society, rehabilitating myself, and everything of that nature. And while I was doing that, I was writing a lot of poetry, and in the process of writing a lot of poetry, uh, I just happened to like meet a counselor one day. So when I met the counselor, we was talking about something. I was like in a hole for a fight or something like that, and we it was just like standard procedure for me to kind of like meet the counselor and discuss like mental health, and stuff like that, make sure I was all right and everything. So I think a few weeks had went past, and I kind of took a liking to her, and whatever. So I just be like, man, I'm just see how she likes it. You feel me? I'm gonna see if she like my poetry or whatever. So anyway, the poem, I forget the name of the poem. It might have been called like the Castle or something like that. Uh, it's in Delaware County. It's two different facilities there. It's the old castle is what they call it, and that's actually the building where they shot the movie with not Will Smith, the movie with Jamie Foxx and stuff like that. I forget the name of that movie, but Jamie Foxx, and he was I think he played the police officer, and then the white guy was the citizen guy or something like that, something like that. And yeah, that was where that movie was shot at, right there in the castle, and that was the old prison that was shut down in like the early 2000s, and now they got the new George W. Hill prison facility, whatever like that. And yeah, I think the name of the poem was called "The Castle" that I had wrote, and it was a interesting piece. It was diverse. It was touching on some sensitive topic there, and whatever. So I felt like I wanted to share it with her, and I don't remember the poem. I have a little little issue with remembering poems. I actually put so much literature together very fast. So I think that's just something I have to work on. Maybe try to get that back, memory loss and stuff like that. But yeah, I wrote the poem. It was called The Castle, and it was maybe like a page length and whatever. So when I wrote the poem, I sent it to her in the facility, and then I guess maybe a day or two went past, and then I was just like in my cell. I had a 1-man cell at that moment. And I was just in my cell early in the morning. Was just getting up. I was waiting for like the door to buzz or something like that, so I can go out and start the day. And before I can even do that, the guys come to the door. The police, they come to the door like, "Hey, ended up, put your hands behind your back, get over here, whatever." So I'm like, "Yeah, what's going on? Like, what's going on?" Like, I don't even know what the fuck you did and all that. You feel me? Like, that's their favorite little line with me. You know what the fuck you did. I'm like, I don't know what you're talking about, man. But yeah, and they took me to the hole. So now when I get over there, I'm like, damn, what the hell happened? You feel me? Like, and I didn't get a response to what happened or nothing. You feel me? It was like I had to wait a few days, and then I finally seen like the the hearing officer for disciplinary hearing officer and whatever. So when we finally had met and we sat down, she was telling me that I had got written up for writing, a poem to one of the staff members at the correction facility and stuff like that. So I guess I was like shocked. You feel me? I'm like, what the hell? You feel me? Like I didn't expect that. I didn't think it was like considered like offensive or something. But and then she said based on the topic of the poem and stuff like that. Again, it was some sensitive topics, and stuff like that. Sensitive material was in the poem, but it was called The Castle, and I was saying something about high ceilings, marble floors. You have to tiptoe around some shit. I was talking. I was writing some decent stuff in there. I forget I don't remember the actual the lines in it, but I was referencing like how they give wool blankets and one sheet, like Jesus with the woolly hair and all that. That was like a lot of different sensitive references in there, and that's what she was telling me. Like, based on what you were saying, she felt like you was like it was a few little, I remember one reference I used in there. I was saying like, I was saying something along the lines of like, "Oh, on your long days, can I rub out your pain and comb through your hair?" Something. I was saying all that kind of stuff in there. It was like like I said, it was like a very diverse poem. It was a full length page, and that's what the hearing officer was telling me. Like, she felt offended and felt like you was kind of like talking sexually to her, and you wrote it. So I was like, all right, man, what the hell? Anyway, they gave me 60 days in hold for that. You know what I'm saying? So that's when I really realized, like, damn, you feel me? Like, the lady name was Raven Wilmore and shit like that too, by the way. But yeah, shout out to her. I wasn't even really frustrated by the 60 days in the hole. I mean, it was what it was. I found it kind of funny, to be honest. That was kind of funny to me. To have got 60 days in the hole for my poem. But I was like, all right, well, maybe, I looked at it on the bright side, like, well, that was a tough reaction to have received, but at the same time, it was just a showing of proof that, the literature was it was potent, you know what I'm saying? It was powerful and it had an impact, you know what I'm saying, on somebody, on a reader, you know what I mean, on the audience and stuff as well. So, that's why I wanted to ask. I started off asking a question like, what's your favorite thing about the ZBM literature, the poetry? Is it just the context? Is it just the topic structures, or the consistency? You know what I'm saying? Like, what is it? You know what I mean? Like, I'm interested in knowing. Is it the creativity, the imagination? The raw authenticity, you know what I'm saying? Or is it the the realistic approaches that we bring to the art? You know what I'm saying? Like ZBM, no bending. I appreciate, the feedback and stuff like that. But that was just one of the most value. I value that story right there. You know what I'm saying? Like just having that experience writing a poem to, a staff member, the counselor within the facility, and then getting 60 days in the hole behind it. You know what I'm saying? Like that was tough. You know what I mean? That was tough. That was definitely tough. And again, 60 days in the hole. Mind you, we ain't talking about 60 days on unit 10. You know what I'm saying? Like the regular unit where you go to the hole, you know what I'm saying? Talking about 60 days on SMU. So it's like, you know, super max unit, right? So 60 days on super max unit for it. So, it's a little tougher over there as far as like, doing time in the hole. You got a lot of guys over there with mental health issues, like real wacky though. You know what I mean? Like throwing feces, spitting up on purpose, suicide watch, like, guys gonna bang the door, kick the door, flood the cell every night, all night type energy, you feel me? Like, so like you were sitting around that, you gotta sleep around that for 60 days, you feel me? Like, it ain't something easy to really, really, go through and come out of, you feel me? With, your head held high. So that's why I'm saying, like, it was a tough reaction to receive, you know what I'm saying, for my poem that I wrote and shit like that. But again, I took it with a smile because I was like, damn, I must have did a good job, you know what I'm saying? If this is the reaction, you know what I'm saying, it must have reached the right person or something. I don't know. But yeah, so again, ZB on No Bender, you know what's going on, man. And again, I asked the same question. What is it that intrigues you about the literature, the poetry, the most? You know what I'm saying? Is the question I'm looking for an answer to, and whatever, and everything like that. And far as equal differences, you can call it book 5. The next 12 chapters, it's already been constructed, designing it, and we're gonna see how that go. I think it's gonna be a success and everything of that nature. Hopefully, usually we talking about 3 to 4 months for, the timeline of our 12 chapters that we create. So we'll see how it go. And again, it'll be beautiful. But if it happens in 10, 20 days, right? But I guess it all depends. One thing about writing is definitely not something I would consider easy, something I would consider easy, you know what I'm saying? Not at all. And as well, you don't want to rush that kind of art, for sure. Definitely don't want to rush that kind of art. So, yeah, you're on No Bending. Equal Differences, book 5, you know what I'm saying? Definitely on the way, though. Stay tuned. Yeah.